everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are finally doing the corned beef taco recipe, and my friend Ashley here, who I also work with, is gonna walk us through this recipe. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Alright, ooh baby, just hold tight. We're up the moonlight, believe in the magic.
As I mentioned before, this is my friend and coworker Ashley. If you guys want to check her out, I highly recommend looking at her Instagram page and following her because she literally transforms into a different person all the time, which is really fun. So Ashley, what is this recipe? How did you come into knowing this recipe?
Well, I'm Irish by descent, and corned beef, sadly to say, is not really Irish. So I don't feel like this is blasphemy kind of changing it around. For me, I know. It kind of goes back to the whole no Irish need apply, and Irish were really poor. So Irish Americans had to buy really cheap cuts of meat. Corned beef was a very cheap cut of meat, which they've swindled you. Now it's very expensive. But it's also very salty, and I'm not somebody who likes a lot of salt, so I decided to kind of play around and do a little fusion. So it's California Irish American making corned beef tacos.
That's awesome. So we're gonna actually be using the one that I hauled before, which is the already pre-cooked corned beef, and I guess there's two ways to cook it. You can microwave it for 8 minutes, or you can put it on the stovetop for about 30 minutes with the lid on, right?
Yes.
So I think we're gonna do it that way, but you were saying...
If you buy the raw corned beef, which is what I'm more likely to do, you put it in the crock pot and you're gonna put a can of Guinness or any dark beer, but Guinness tends to work best, and cover it with like some water too, just so that you get it completely submerged, and then throw the crock pot on low for like 8 hours, put it in first thing in the morning, and you'll have it ready for dinner time.
Wow, that's so easy. Because I'm vegetarian, the raw one I couldn't get. So I went with the one that's completely covered in a box and wrapped up in plastic. So the first thing we're gonna do, of course, is we're gonna start this and get this cooked up. Whoa, get this cooked up, and then we are gonna, what are we doing once it's cooking?
We're gonna start our Guinness reduction sauce. So that takes not a half an hour, but it takes quite a bit of time. You have to reduce the Guinness. And then at the end, we'll make a coleslaw, a quick fresh coleslaw to put on top.
Yummy. Okay, so we're gonna get started and we're gonna go ahead and put this in a pan to cook. We've got our corned beef on the stovetop. It's now simmering, cooking up, and we are going to be making what next?
Our Guinness reduction sauce. It's a creamy, like, dipping sauce. So you're gonna take 1 bottle of Guinness. You're not gonna use all of it. You can use about a cup, so you can just eyeball that and then drink the rest.
Yes.
So you're gonna put the sauce on medium heat, just the Guinness on medium heat, and you're gonna start to reduce it till it's about 1/3 of what you had originally. So you're gonna end up with about 1/3 of a cup. Then we're gonna add a tablespoon of brown sugar, whisk that in, and in the meantime, we're gonna make the rest of the sauce.
So I know I'm new to reductions,
okay,
and so do we just cover this and leave it for 15 minutes, or?
Just about. You're gonna wanna check it every once in a while, stir it, make sure that you don't lose too much of it so it starts to burn.
Okay, do we whisk or stir?
We're gonna whisk at the end.
Okay.
You really kind of just need to swirl it around with the pan. You don't need to get in there with a spoon.
Okay, perfect. Cool. I'm learning a reduction myself. I've never done this.
All right, so we're gonna start the other part of our sauce while the Guinness is reducing.
Perfect.
Yeah, so you're gonna start with 1/4 cup of sour cream. And you can choose to do Greek yogurt completely throughout if you want, but...
Can you do only sour cream if you want, or?
You could do only sour cream if you want.
Okay.
So 1/4 cup of sour cream.
We're doing both. Okay, I came prepared.
And then we're also gonna do 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt.
It's kind of nice to be the assistant for once. Not have to do all the work.
Oh yeah. All right, so we're gonna need a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
And of course, apple cider vinegar with mother in it is better than without.
I have that one too. Just doing this one.
And then a little bit of salt and pepper.
I'll get you
Whew, apple cider vinegar.
I know, it's stinky.
Okay.
See, I'm a good assistant. Napkins.
Thank you. Okay, so you're just gonna leave this. You don't have to stir it or anything like that until the Guinness is done and reduced. Because when you put it in there, the heat will start to like separate the dairy, and you just whisk it. So as soon as that's done, we'll be able to mix that in, whisk it together, and the sauce will be ready.
Perfect. And side note, we did have it covered at medium and it totally boiled over. So
maybe
have it down a little lower.
And check your stove. If your stove is really hot, like mine doesn't run really hot, so medium's fine, but hers does, and it did try to run away from us.
Yes, it did. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and check the sauce, and then hopefully we can add these ingredients to it.
Alright, so the Guinness reduction part is done. So you can kind of tell when you look in the pan, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a line kind of where it started, and then you can see as it went about halfway down. So you want to end up with a third of what you started with, and then you're going to add 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. So there's your tablespoon of brown sugar. You're just going to put that in there. You're going to whisk it just so that you break up the brown sugar. Alright, so it looks like the brown sugar is all dissolved. And you're going to let that sit for just like 5 minutes to cool down before you put it into the yogurt mix, because you don't want to curdle it either.
So we leave this off the stove now. It's pretty much done.
This is done. Okay. So now we're going to start our coleslaw. And I'll probably have Katie start shaving some Irish cheddar.
I can do that.
Sous chef.
This is pretty much all Trader Joe's stuff, but we're using this cheese here. This is the Dubliner from Kerrygold, the brand Kerrygold, and I love their butter, and this cheddar is delicious too.
Well, if you ask them, they have the happiest cows on earth, and happy cows make happy cheese.
Yeah.
And happy butter.
I guess that's probably true.
Okay, so now we're gonna make our fresh coleslaw. We're going to need a half a cup of mayo. Everybody's favorite.
Here's a little story. She was telling me what we needed for the recipe, and she's like, do you have mayo? I'm like, yeah, I have vegan eggs. She's like, I'll bring my mayo.
Yeah.
Because I don't have real mayo in the house, so.
Okay, half a cup of mayo. We're gonna need 2 tablespoons of white sugar. Yes, sugar. So, we're gonna need about 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice. So you're gonna wanna roll your lemon, make sure that the juice is easier to get out. So that little half a lemon was about 1 tablespoon by itself. We'll do another little quick half. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know?
That's
with all cooking.
Yeah.
With all cooking, it doesn't have to be perfect. And we're gonna do another tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in here. I actually cook a lot with apple cider vinegar.
You do?
Yeah.
You gotta teach me your ways, because I never use it.
Really?
I don't know how to use it.
Oh, I drink it every day.
You do?
I do. Diluted with warm water and lemon juice, and because of that, I don't have acid reflux anymore.
Oh.
I haven't been on medication in years.
That's a great tip.
Right? Little salt, little pepper. Just to taste. You don't have to
go crazy.
You know. Okay, so then you're gonna whisk all that together. So you want it to be creamy, not lumpy at all. And the lemon juice will help break down the mayonnaise so that it does that.
What would you recommend for like to make these vegetarian? Because they don't really have vegetarian corned beef.
They don't. The best thing you could do maybe is do a jackfruit so that you still get that kind of shredded kind of consistency. And then just cook because jackfruit really doesn't taste like much of anything on its own. It takes on whatever flavor you want. So you add, if you cook it in Guinness and maybe some vinegar just to, I'd have to play with that. So I just added the cabbage, and then you're just gonna toss it. There's no real art to it.
Just evenly coat all of the pieces. Totally.
Okay, so there it is. all nice and fully coated.
Yay!
So now we're gonna go back and we're gonna put the Guinness into our cream sauce. So now that our Guinness is cooled, we're going to be putting it into the bowl with our previous cream sauce that we made. So you're just gonna pour that in there. Nice dark sauce. Thank you, sous chef. And then you're just gonna whisk that together too. Nice and easy.
That looks good. Looks like a balsamic.
Yeah, it should have like a lighter brown color. I mean, you don't want it to be too light because that means you didn't have enough Guinness left over. But that's really what it should look like at the end.
Nice.
Yeah, right?
It looks amazing. Everything's starting to smell really good too.
Okay, so now we're just gonna get to the point where we layer it all and turn it into a taco.
We're done. We're at the finish line at
Right?
least. Okay.
Didn't take long at all.
No.
All right, our corned beef is all done and ready to go. We're gonna take it out and we are going to cut it and get it ready to put on the tacos. So you're just gonna wanna take your knife and just kind of pull it away.
There's no bones in this?
There's no bones.
Okay.
No, no, no.
Okay, so we're about to build our tacos. We're starting with the Trader Joe's corn and wheat tortillas. And obviously this has to be the first step. Because that's what's...
I do like to heat them up sometimes, but I like these because they don't break.
Yeah,
Like the
I do too.
tortillas do.
I like these a lot.
Okay, so next step, of course, is going to be to put your corned beef into your taco. Put as much as you want. Next will be the coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
So there we go. Just put some coleslaw right on there.
Perfect.
So next we're going to drizzle our Guinness reduction sauce. So you just want to take a little bit and drizzle that right on top. Doo, 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 doo. And then the final step, of course, is the cheese.
All right.
And boom, you have a beautiful corned beef taco.
Wow. It didn't take long at all.
It sounds like a lot of steps, but it's really not.
I know it's not. And once you for me with the meat, having something that's already cooked, something that Tim would be easy for me to make for him is kind of nice because I'm not really that great at making raw meat. So,
well, or if you have like a St. Patty's Day party and you have people over.
Yeah, that's true.
It's nice to have it done instead of doing the 8-hour thing. It's just 30 minutes.
Totally.
Or
I agree.
8 minutes if you're a microwaver.
Right. And if you're a mom, which we both are, so we definitely know about time constraints and needing things fast. So we made actually an extra one off camera because it's time to do the taste test. And
well, if I tried, I'm just gonna say it's delicious because I made it.
Exactly.
So what if we get another opinion?
I think Tim. We definitely need Tim because you guys know I'm not trying it. Timothy,
Sure, but it smells so good.
you want to come in and try these tacos?
Of course,
I'll
these
let
look
you guys
amazing.
Get in here and I'll just stand off to the side and feel like a weirdo. Like,
Okay, you ready for this?
Oh yes, this looks fantastic. Oh my goodness.
So I did heat up the tortillas. It just keeps them from breaking.
Those are amazing.
No, you're just saying that?
It was so tender. That's like got all the juicy flavor in there. That's really good. Good job.
Thank you.
We're definitely gonna have to file this one in the cookbook.
so what about the sauce reduction? Can you taste it?
Yeah, it's got the flavor of Guinness, but not like overpowering. Obviously, you lose like the bubbles and the carbonation and all that, but you still got that flavor, and it's really good with the brisket.
It helps cut that salt a lot.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Okay, Tim, thank you for joining this taste test. I'm sure you're so upset about it.
Oh yeah, that was so such an inconvenience.
I know.
Thank
Take
you.
your taco and eat it. All right, guys. Well, that is it for this recipe. I hope you guys got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. It was really fun for me to learn how to make something new and have it be like hands-on. So if you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Thanks, Ashley.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
See you guys later.
We're doing it all. The feeling is so. Maybe you got me. Believe in the magic.